Imagine walking into a Malibu estate in 2000, surrounded by 50,000 roses and a gospel choir, only to realize years later that the most significant part of the day wasn't the $1 million price tag, but the public expectation it created. That was the Jennifer Aniston era, a wedding that felt like a coronation for Hollywood's golden couple. Then, transition to 2014, a private chapel at Chateau Miraval where the children's drawings were literally embroidered into the bride's veil. Both ceremonies weren't just personal milestones, they were branding statements. The Aniston wedding was the dream, and the Jolie wedding was the dynasty. Public reaction to the news of a potential third wedding has been a mix of guarded optimism and a deep dive into wedding archaeology. Viral clips comparing the aesthetic of the 2000 Malibu extravaganza with the 2014 French seclusion have racked up millions of views, with fans debating if Pitt's wedding style dictates his relationship success. The social media debate is currently centered on the Ness factor. On X and TikTok, the discourse has shifted toward how refreshing it is to see a major A-lister choose a partner who has no interest in being in the spotlight. For context, Pitt's marriages to Aniston and Jolie were characterized by a competitive energy, two titans sharing a frame. With de Ramon, the narrative is about healing and normality. This situation escalated because it marks the final clearing of the deck from the Angelina era. For context, the legal fight over Chateau Miraval has lasted longer than the marriage itself. This is everything about influencer and celebrity culture in 2026. We are seeing a massive rebranding of the private. In an age where every detail is usually sold to the highest bidder, Pitt's team is leaking a narrative of quiet commitment and church weddings to distance him from the reality show accusations of his past. It affects their reputations by repositioning Pitt as a decent human being, a phrase his daughter Zahara notably used to describe her mother, Angelina, while pointedly omitting her father in a recent public speech. At original commentary and analysis, why does the ex-wedding history matter now? Because it's the only way to measure his growth. The 2000 wedding was a performance for the world. The 2014 wedding was a performance for the family. The 2026 wedding is reportedly a performance for him. By choosing a church wedding, a move that feels traditionally grounded, Pitt is attempting to build a safe haven brand. He is moving away from the artistic resurgence of his mid-career and into a stable legacy phase. Maintain a conversational tone, but let's look at the industry relief angle. It's a punchy, psychological shift. Short, punchy sentences in the insider reports highlight that he loves being with someone who doesn't feel the need to compete with him. Slower, more analytical tone during the breakdown of his past marriages reveals a pattern of merging with his partner's aesthetic, from the sun-kissed Malibu vibes of Aniston to the global activism of Jolie. The 2026 shift toward a jewelry executive outside the Hollywood bubble suggests that Pitt is finally seeking a relationship where he doesn't have to be half of a power couple to feel complete. We have to clearly separate the confirmed details from the online theories. It is a confirmed fact that Brad Pitt and Ines de Ramon have been living together since early 2024. It is a confirmed fact that his children remain largely estranged, as evidenced by Zahara Marley Jolie introduction. The online theories, however, are speculating that the wedding is being fast-tracked to help Pitt's image before his next major film release. Fans are theorizing that the church wedding choice is a spiritual reset, following his widely publicized struggles with alcohol and his high-profile abuse allegations. There is also a viral theory that George Clooney, who reportedly severed ties with Jolie after the split, will serve as the best man to solidify the Team Brad circle. The analytical tone of the wedding legacy is perhaps the most fascinating part of the 2026 landscape. Slower, more thoughtful threads on lifestyle blogs are discussing how a person's wedding choices reflect their emotional baggage. Aniston represented the hope of the 90s. Jolie represented the complexity of the 2000s. De Ramon is being framed as the piece of the 2020s. This leads us to a bigger industry question. Can a celebrity ever truly escape the ghost of weddings past? When Pitt walks down the aisle for the third time, will the world see a new man, or will they see a man trying to outrun the headlines of 2016? The upcoming response possibility is a joint red carpet debut. While they have appeared together in Greece and at F1 events, a formal engagement reveal at a major gala would be the final seal on this new chapter. The future impact of this will be seen in how the public perceives his elder statesman status. If the marriage to Ramon remains low-key and normal, it could successfully rehabilitate his image as a man who has done a lot of work on himself. The unresolved tension is, as always, the children factor. While Pitt may be finally feeling free of his past, the public speech by Zahara suggests the past isn't quite finished with him. A wedding without his 6 children would be a stark contrast to the Chateau Miraval ceremony where they were the stars. Ultimately, what Brad Pitt's ex-weddings say is that he has spent 25 years trying to find a ceremony that doesn't feel like a movie set. By the time the late summer church bells ring, the question won't be about the cost of the flowers or the name of the designer. It will be about whether the third time is a charm, or if the Angelina shadow is simply too long to escape. Do you think a wedding outside the industry is the key to celebrity longevity, or is the low-key narrative just the latest PR shield for a complicated star? Let's talk about it in the comments.